What's going on, everyone? All these sports back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be going over the NHL Central Division. I'm going to be doing my picks for that. I wasn't planning on doing another division for the NHL, but other than the Atlantic Division. But then when I made the predictions, one of my great subscribers, Rodney Hale, he said, "Do the Central Division next." So why not? Let's do it. It's a great division. I think there's a lot of good teams in that division. And it was really hard to make these selections. And we're going to start off at number 8, which I think is the obvious choice. The Arizona Coyotes is a team that's rebuilding. They traded their core players in the offseason. Phil Kessel's going to get traded, so I think that's pretty straightforward. I think Arizona's number 8. Number 7, I'm going to go with the Nashville Predators. I think they're a good hockey team. It's just, where would they stack up in front of all these other teams? That's the question. So I found that one a tough, place to put them. But I feel like at the end of the day, 7th place is in this division. It's going to be close. Between, I would say, 2nd or 3rd and all the way to 7th is going to be a race. And there's going to be 10, 12 points separating like those 4 or 5 spots. So I think it's going to be a terrific race down the stretch of the playoffs. But I'm going to have Nashville at 7 and then Minnesota at 6. I think Minnesota's a team that has some good players. Kaprizov is a terrific young talent. So I think that they do a little bit more than Nashville. A lot of people may see this as a surprise, but I like Minnesota, so I'm going to go with them at 6. And then at number 5, the Dallas Stars. Health issues are a big concern with this Dallas Stars team. Whether or not they're healthy, that, kind of determines what goes on there. So I'm going to have Dallas at number 5 and number 4, just outside the playoff spot for the top 3 division spots. I'm going to have the St. Louis Blues, but I think, these teams are going to really fight for the wild card. St. Louis is a good team. There's just concern what's going on with Vladimir Tarasenko. Of course, they lost Vince Dunn. They still have Torrey Krug, Colton Parayko. I really like their defensive core, so I think they're a good team. I just don't think they're as good as the top 3 that has Winnipeg at number 3, who is a terrific team, just tons of offense. And Connor Hellebuck's one of the better goalies in the league, so I think Winnipeg being the 3rd team is, I think, pretty fair. I think they're a team that could go through their streaks, and if they get hot at the right time, they're going to be one of the toughest teams to beat in the whole NHL. And number 2, I'm going to go with the Chicago Blackhawks. I think Chicago, health issues are another thing with that team, but if they stay healthy, they could be a potential threat in the playoffs, not only in the regular season. They added Marc-Andre Fleury, who is one of the better goalies in all of the NHL. John Taves is going to be ready for the beginning of the year. They have a ton of other good players. They got rid of Duncan Keith, but he was he was getting older, so I don't know if that's going to be a huge factor. They have, of course, Patty Kane. They have Alex DeBrincat. They have Kirby Dach. They have a lot of young talent on this team that I think is a really, really scary hockey team. Like I said, if they could stay healthy, they're going to be one of the better teams in the Western Conference, potentially in the NHL. Dominic Kubalik, he's a really good player. Dylan Strome, they added Seth Jones. There's some really, really good players on this team. The one area of concern is potentially the defensemen. They don't have that big, those big-name defensemen other than Seth Jones, but Connor Murphy's a young, good player. They also have guys like Calvin Dehan, Eric Gustafson. So those guys, I think, could slot into the top 4. Jake McCabe. So I think this is going to be a good Chicago team. I think they're going to be a number 2 team. And at number 1, I think it's the obvious choice for this division. Chicago Blackhawks opponents tonight, the Colorado Avalanche. This is one of the best teams in the league. If they aren't the best, the thing with them is they lost Philip Grubauer, obviously. So that leaves them a hole in net. And they're relying on Darcy Kemper, who I mean, he's a guy who can be good, and at the same time, he can be a little bit shaky. I like Kemper. He spent most of his time in maybe all of his time after being drafted by the Wild. He was in Arizona, but Kemper's a really good goalie. The Avs are one of the better teams in the league. They have so much offense and really good defensemen, and they're obviously a threat to win the Stanley Cup, and they're a threat to come out of the Western Conference, of course. But that's all I got in this video, guys. You guys please let me know what you think down below in the comment section about these picks. Let me know yours. And Rodney, I appreciate the video suggestion. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We'll see you guys on the next video. Enjoy the NHL season.